So multiplication and division. So this is problem solving products and quotients. Products, multiplication, quotients, division of decimals. When we multiply decimals, we are going to multiply like normal. We're going to do, just take the numbers and multiply them. The decimal point in the answer is the same as the sum, which sum would be the total. The sum of the decimal places in the factors, and the factors are our original numbers. So, for example, you've got 365.25 times 1.88. I've done a lot of the work here for you. Okay? What I didn't put in here is there should actually be a 0 here. And then 2 zeros here, right? When you do multiplication, you add those zeros in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many decimal places are in this number right here?
2.
2. So how many are in the second number?
2.
2. So how many total do we have?
4.
4 total decimal places. So you're going to multiply. So you guys are going to have to remember how to multiply. And then you're going to have to say, oh, there's 2 decimal places, 2 decimal places. And in my answer, I'm going to have 4 numbers that are in the decimal place. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So my final answer is 686 decimal 6700.
We're going to be able to do that on a calculator, right?
Okay, so there is your final answer. Now, example 1 lined up the decimals. You don't have to worry about that. It lined up because each one had 2 decimals. In example 2 here, I have 2 decimals here, and I have 1 here.
But it's supposed to line up the decimals.
When you're adding and subtracting. When you're multiplying, you just multiply as if there were no decimals and then count them at the end.
What about division?
So I have a total of 3 decimals here, so in my answer I have 3 decimal places. Is that clear on that piece? So when you multiply, just multiply the numbers and then count the decimals after. Okay? So I'm actually going to be looking for this work here, right? And then the final answer as well. So when you actually do your assignment, you're going to have to do some long multiplication and long division. So now dividing. Dividing with decimals. Okay. When you divide, you're going to move the decimal or decimals to reach the division sign and then solve. Okay. So let's look at a problem here. We've got 15.05 divided by 3.5. There's a decimal on both of those numbers. So on the one on the outside, I'm going to move it 1 place to the right. And because I moved that one place to the right, I've got to take the one underneath here and move it 1 place to the right. Okay? Once I've moved it, this decimal goes straight up into my answer. That's where my decimal is going to be. Did you follow what I did there?
Yep.
I'm going to have to do it.
So I moved the decimal of the number outside the division sign to the right. Do you want to figure out how many times 3.5 goes into 15?
No.
No. Would it be easier to figure out if 35 goes into something?
Yes.
Okay. So that's why I moved it, because it makes it easier. Okay. So first step would be, does 35 here fit into 1?
Yeah.
No.
No, it doesn't. So you put a 0 there. Does 35 fit into 15?
No.
No. Does 35 fit into 150?
Yeah.
Yes. How many times?
A lot.
3.
3?
No.
4? 5?
Six.
I'm guessing.
Well, 5 times 30 is 150. So we have 35. So it's not going to be 5. But I think it fits in there 4 times.
Oh, that's close.
So let's try 35 times 4 gives me 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2 is, yeah.
Wouldn't it be the same thing to
Okay, so 140. So we put 140 underneath. We subtract 1, 0, bring your 5 down. 35 into 105 gives you
Twice.
2 times would be 70. 3 times would actually be 105. So 3 times here. Nothing left over. So that was nice. 4.3. So if you get down to 0, great. Then you're just going to stop. This next example. So when you look at this next one, first I'm going to take my decimal here and I'm going to move it over in both numbers. So my final decimal is right up there. You see how that works there? Are you understanding the moving of the decimal piece
Yeah. Yes.
for division? This is the trickier part here. So I did all the division for you. 42 fit into 72 one time. So we subtracted. Then we got 30. It fit into 308 7 times. So that's 294. And then it fit in 100. And then 141, it fit in 3 times. And then 154, it fit in 3 times. And then into 280, how do we get this 0? Because I don't see a 0 up here.
There's no space left over there, so you add a 0.
So right here we can add zeros, right?
Yeah.
Like I can add as many zeros as I want. It doesn't change the number.
Yeah.
So what we did is we added a 0 and then we can bring it down. So when we did the subtraction, we did 154 minus 126, we get 28. 42 does not fit in 28. So bring the 0 down, 280. Does it fit in there? Yep. It fits in there 6 times. We subtract, we get 28. I bring another 0 down. What do you notice about
It's repeating.
it's repeating, right? So that 6 is going to keep repeating forever and ever. So that's why we do a 6 with a line over it. Because I could keep going, and I'd say 252. I'd subtract, and I would get, right, fit in there 6 times. I get 28. Bring another 0 down. 252. Like you'd be going all day long, every day. So once things start to repeat, that's where we get to use this fancy line here where it says, hey, this repeats. So if you look at this, we're going to work on, tomorrow, we're going to work on this guy right here. Lots of no calculator stuff. Okay, some with calculator. But that'll be tomorrow. This is not an assignment tonight.